Because they're supposed to sit over there.
There you go. You never do
Yeah,
this.
I only made like 5 meetings, but I do remember.
I overhear your conversation, it's brought back some memories.
It's lurching for light.
Call the meeting to order. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call tonight's meeting, what is the date today? Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. It's now 6:01 p.m. Adam, will you please take roll call?
Thank you, Chair. Bartolo Square North, Nick Castillo. Bartolo Square South, Justin Richards. Blackstock North, Nancy Wren. Blackstock South, Christopher Bissonette.
Here.
Bryce Canyon North, John Hike.
Here.
Cabrillo, Rainey Steffen. Cal Giesler, Teresa Salazar. Carriage Square, Guido Goldner.
Here.
Channel Islands, Tom McAnally. East Village, Ronald Adejo.
Here.
El Rio West, Dan Ryberg. 5 Points Northeast, Pat Brown. Fremont North, Dave Ebbett. Fremont South, Kim Winch. Hobson Park East, Roger Poirier. Hobson Park West, Cecilia Ravello. Kamala Park, Robert Lucio. La Colonia, Ramon Lopez. Lemonwood, Larry Stein.
Here.
Orchard Park, Diana Velzi.
Here.
Oxnard Dunes, Lisa Hewitt.
Here.
Oxnard Shores, Walt Hagedum. Pleasant Valley Estates, Rosanna Biggerstaff. Redwood, Carlos Quiros. Rio Lindo, Sandy Diaz.
Here.
River Park, Paul Schenblum. Rose Park, Alfonso Arroyo. Sea Air, Edward Castillo. Seaview Estates, Isaac Califf. Sierra Linda, Sergio Garcia. South Bank, Debbie Aravello. Southwind, Sofia Vega. Tierra Vista, Christina Thomas. Via Marina, Doug Tauber.
Here.
Wagon Wheel, Amanda Meir. West Village, Michael Gleason. Back. Wilson, Angela Whitecomb. And Windsor North, and Andres Sanchez. Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Secretary Smith. Let's move on to Pledge of Allegiance. Chris, will you lead us, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, item C, approval of minutes. Will everybody take out their minutes and review them and make any motions for changes or approval? Okay, we have
I will second it.
we have a motion to approve by Doug Tauber and a seconded by Chris Bissonette. Everybody in favor for approving the minutes as written, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody against? Nope. Okay, so the minutes of Wednesday, March 5th, 2025 has been approved as written. Public comments. At this time, a person may address the INCO on matters within the subject matter jurisdiction of the INCO. The INCO cannot enter into detailed discussion or take any action on any items presented during public comments at this time. Such items may only be referred to the Executive Secretary for administrative action or scheduled on a subsequent agenda for discussion. Public comments on items on the agenda will be considered at the time of consideration of the agenda item. Do we have anybody that has a public comment?
Good evening. My name is Larry Stein. I'm Chairman of Wimblewood. I'd like to remind members of this committee that next Tuesday there's going to be an agenda item talking about Teal Club Road and Teal Club Road specific plan. I submitted a number of questions I'll be addressing tonight during comments by the speakers, by the chairman. But again, I'd like to remind the people that Teal Club Road will be discussed next week. I've been following the Teal Club Road specific plan for over 15 years. There have been a number of issues I've brought up. I suggest that other people come to the meeting next Tuesday night. It's probably going to be packed. Hopefully it's packed. The last meeting I attended, 4 people of the public attended the Planning Commission meeting at Teal Club Road, and 4 people, count them, 4 people spoke. Again, this is a late hour meeting. 2 people from this committee, INCO, spoke, and 2 people did not. 2 people from outside INCO spoke. So I encourage people who have issues about Teal Club Road to take the opportunity to talk about it next week. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else for public comments? Okay, so let's move on to new business. At this time, I'd like to introduce Ashley Barden, one of our own from the City of Oxnard, and Joseph Cabral from Clean Power Alliance. That the INCO general membership receive a presentation from the Clean Power Alliance and Sustainable Clean Power Programs, followed by question and answer. Thank you, Ashley.
Hi, everyone, and Chair Velzi and the INCO board members. My name is Ashley Barden. I'm the Sustainability Analyst with the City of Oxnard. My role consists of implementing the city's strategies outlined in our Climate Action and Adaptation Plan. I'm really happy to be here with you tonight to discuss Oxnard's sustainability initiatives and the ways that you, the community, and residents can really support the CAP's climate goals. Perfect. So for some background, in 2022, this Oxnard City Council adopted the city's first Climate Action and Adaptation Plan. This outlines a list of strategies to help reduce community-wide GHG emissions. Using dense research, data, and community input, the CAP establishes a goal of reducing GHG emissions by 40% below 2010 levels by 2030. So some strategies include procuring clean energy, transitioning to greener buildings, expanding EV adoption and active transportation, encouraging mixed-use development and mixed-use development and transit-oriented development, water conservation, waste reduction, and nature-based solutions. So here I've provided a QR code if anyone wants to snap a picture of it, just for access to the document if you want any more details on the CAP. This is also provided on the city's website. So the significance of this presentation is to highlight programs that residents can utilize to not only support CAP goals, but to also promote, also protect the community from harmful effects of climate change. Homeowners and renters have various programs to not only participate in sustainability initiatives, but also reduce energy utility bills. So I list here some 4 programs, some outside of CPA or Clean Power Alliance. I'll start with the first 2, 3C REN and SoCal REN. These are REN's regional energy networks. They're authorized by the California Public Utilities Commission, and they provide rebates and incentives for homeowners or renters who want to, let's say, install home energy saving upgrades like HVAC systems, heat pump water heaters, and Energy Star appliances. These programs also provide workforce training for any individuals who are interested in entering the energy efficiency or decarbonization industry. They can get certified to install HVAC systems, heat pump water heaters, Energy Star appliances. I'll move on to Community Action of Ventura County. They have a program called the Home Energy Assistance Program, HEAP. This provides qualified renters and homeowners with up to 40% discounts on utility bills. There's links here provided, and I highly recommend you go to them and I guess spread the word or utilize them yourself. It's a great program. And lastly, I'll introduce the Clean Power Alliance. This will be the bulk of our discussion, and it'll highlight some of CPA's various programs. Before we get into it, I want to briefly mention that the city's partnership with Clean Power Alliance has significantly helped us tackle some of the CAP's more challenging measures, some of which, for example, we are actively participating in CPA's Power Ready program, which will help us install a solar power and battery storage system on the Oxnard Service Center at no cost to the city. Another example is the Energized Communities Pathway program, which will help us fund fleet and community EV charging infrastructure across the city. So if you take away anything from this presentation, it's that to get familiar with CPA's programs. They're very helpful not only to municipal operations, but also to the community. They're more than just an energy provider. They really do help the community. And if you have any other questions regarding sustainability, I have my contact information up here, my email and my phone number. And also, please visit our sustainability webpage, which is also up here as well. And Joe Cabral with the Clean Power Alliance will get into more detail about the clean power programs that you guys can utilize. I'll now hand it over to Joseph Cabral with the Clean Power Alliance.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, before I start, I just wanted to compliment you. I used to be a city staff member for 12 years at the city of Lancaster. We had 160,000. You guys have 200,000 population. Or I should say I live in Rio Lindo. We have 200,000 population approximately. And you know, it really does take a village. The city can't do everything. And just the fact that the INCO is here and what you do, I just want to tip my hat to you. And I'm proud to be in a city that has an INCO. I'm the External Affairs Manager for Clean Power Alliance here in Ventura County, and I'm very happy to be here. I'm going to share information about some of the programs that we have that Ashley alluded to, and the city of Oxnard is actually participating in a few of them, as you heard. I first want to provide just a brief overview of Clean Power Alliance and the city of Oxnard's participation in Clean Power Alliance. So we're what's called a Joint Powers Authority, and we serve the unincorporated areas of both Ventura County and Los Angeles County, and 33 very highly diverse communities throughout both counties. In October, we'll also begin serving the city of Port Hueneme and 2 additional cities in LA County. We currently serve more than 3 million residents and businesses and have more customers receiving 100% renewable energy than any other utility in the nation. In fact, the Department of Energy recently named us the #1 green power provider in the United States for the 2nd year in a row. And that's something we're very proud of. The city of Oxnard has nearly 56,000 CPA accounts, 95% of which receive 100% green energy, and this goes a long way toward achieving the city's climate action goals. So keep in mind that we're a local not-for-profit organization, and thus our revenues are invested back into purchasing the clean renewable energy for our customers and funding our many local programs. We have a 5-year local program procurement strategic plan, that calls for $200 million of investments throughout the many programs you're about to see. And these programs benefit our member community. Oh, I'm sorry, did I not? There we go, sorry about that. These programs benefit our member communities in the 3 categories shown here. And the next slide shows all of the programs that we currently offer. And so I'll go into detail on just the more popular ones. So you saw the grid management column. We have what's called the Power Response Program, and that's what's called a Demand Response Program. And this allows our customers to play a role in reducing their energy usage during what's called peak usage periods. And we actually offer 4 pathways. The first one's the Smart Home pathway, and that actually uses connected devices such as thermostats, EV chargers, or batteries to help our customers reduce their energy usage. We also have a home pathway that actually sends messages to customers. And that reminds them to reduce their energy usage by adjusting their thermostats or by delaying the use of their major appliances. The multifamily communities pathway actually works directly with property managers, and that supports the installation of smart thermostats throughout the buildings. And our commercial leaders pathway creates customized plans for commercial buildings to reduce their energy usage. Next up was the second column, which is the electrification category, and that's the Energy Team program, and that helps residential and business customers electrify their homes and businesses. The program provides support to evaluate potential energy-saving upgrades, apply for rebates and incentives, and find qualified local contractors, which is important. I've done some of this work in my home, and sometimes just finding a qualified contractor that knows how to work on these new technologies is not that simple. Our local procurement programs help customers by directly engaging them in the production of local clean energy. The Power Share program provides income qualified customers and under-resourced communities with 100% renewable energy at a 20% discount. So here in Ventura County, we partnered with local radio stations and local community-based organizations to go door to door to help get the word out about this important equity program. And as a result, more than half of the total Power Share customers in Ventura County reside right here in Oxnard. Our Sun Storage Rebate Program provides rebates to customers who adopt battery storage with new or existing solar energy systems. Residential customers can receive a $750 rebate, as well as an additional $250 if they're enrolled in the CARE, FARA, or medical baseline programs. And then we recently launched the popular EV Smart Charge program. And that provides incentives to electric vehicle owners to shift their charging habits to more optimal times of the day. We have a room air conditioner rebate program that's going to soon provide tenants and landlords access to reduced cost equipment and incentives to install energy efficient air conditioning units. And we'll soon be launching a program to provide free solar plus storage systems for low-income customers located in disadvantaged communities. Now, here in Ventura County, these communities are located within portions of Oxnard and Ventura and some of the surrounding unincorporated areas. So if anybody would like to receive more information about our programs, they can visit our programs webpage, and the URL is at the top there. They can also contact our customer service department via either phone or email, which are both listed on the slide. And our business customers can contact their respective account manager. And that concludes my presentation on CPA's programs, and happy to take any questions.
Let's open it up to the floor and go ahead and go to the mic, please.
Good evening, Larry Stein again. I noticed in the presentation there's a line item on water conservation, water usage. In 2010, we were starting paying on a water bond to build the AWTF. The process was to use wastewater and recycle it into our water system to provide the backbone of our water supply system. The city has not built the wells in 15 years to make this water available. So we're paying debt service on this. The 40,000 of us are paying debt service on these bonds, but we're not getting the water. So I encourage the city to pass the authorizations to finish the recycled water program and build the wells So water can be recycled.
Does your comment have anything to do with the current
Yes.
item at hand?
Again,
Okay.
so this, one of the points on this agenda was water and water conservation, water usage. So the point is to have the city start the water recycling program and fund the program so we can save $25 million a year in imported water and save the energy necessary to pump that water when we use the water locally. So my suggestion is that we focus on the urban water master plan so it gets completely funded so we can start using recycled water for our backbone of water supply as proposed in 2010. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Larry. Anybody else? Or, well, I actually let you answer the question. No? Anything to add?
Just to clarify for the viewers, we're the electricity provider.
I know.
I appreciate the comment.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have any questions? You do? Doug does.
I do. So I noticed on my electricity bill, there was an option if you wanted 100% clean energy, you have that option. But I noticed it's more expensive to go that route. And can you explain maybe why that is? And is this probably for money for infrastructure building?
Yeah, currently the rates are, the 100% green product is 6% higher than the SCE base rate. The 50% clean product is 1% higher. And the 40% lean product is, which is 40% clean energy, is at parity, is the same as SCE's base rate. SCE is currently at 38% clean. So for the same amount of money, you're purchasing more clean energy, which helps the city's environment, of course. For an extra, if you have a $100 bill for an extra $1 a month, you're purchasing 50% clean energy as opposed to 38, which once again, to Ashley's point about the climate action plan, you're helping your city achieve the goals. And the 100% renewables at 6%. I've worked at CPA for about 4.5 years. And when I first hired in, it was about 7 to 9% to give you some perspective. Renewable energy is currently more expensive, but the projections are that that's going to start evening out. As you probably know, the state of California by 2035 is supposed to be at 100% renewable energy. So as we get closer and as more developers build solar, wind, and storage, the prices will go down.
All right. Thank you.
Chris?
One question, are you looking at doing the wind power you mentioned, but are we going to have windmills all over Oxnard? Or?
Well, we're not a developer. So developers develop what you see, whether they're large solar farms, usually in northern LA County, Kern County, San Bernardino County, wind farms like you see in Tehachapi or on the way to Palm Springs. We purchase from the developers. So we sign long-term contracts, usually about 15 years. And what that does, it allows us to lock down the prices for you, our customers. And that's why we sign the long-term contracts. To answer your question, yeah, so renewable is solar, wind, and small hydro. Oh, and geothermal. And so we purchase from all of those sources in order to deliver renewable energy. We recently, speaking of wind, there's one in, I believe it's New Mexico. It's going to be the largest wind project in the nation, possibly the world. And we already purchased, we're going to be the largest purchaser of that one.
Go ahead.
One more question. Where does, in this vicinity, this county, where does the majority of our power come from?
The majority, because you're a member of CPA, CPA, we have 25 member agencies out of 35 that have gone 100% renewable. The reason cities do that is to reach their climate action goals, as Ashley had presented. So that means that 75% of our load is renewable. If you purchase as a customer 100% renewable, which is probably what most citizens are concerned of, what am I buying? I myself purchase 100% renewable. Then you have 100%. So on average, given the numbers that I stated, the city of Oxnard is probably at 75% renewable.
Okay. I was just wondering about this, the Mandalay Bay generating station there. What is that, what is that producing as far as?
I believe that's natural gas. Is that
That's natural
not
gas,
defunct? I'm not sure that that's operating.
Yeah, I either thought it's been.
think it's still
they're gonna
operating.
Eventually tear it down because that, they have better ways to produce it, I guess, but, okay.
Peaker plant.
Hmm?
On Manway Way, I think it's a peaker plant, using natural gas.
Yeah,
The reduction in our bills that come periodically throughout the year, that is coming from this program, is that correct?
Well, that's coming from the CPUC. I don't want to take full credit for that. That applies to all investor-owned utilities. And, but we're not an investor-owned utility, but that CPUC rules abide to all investor-owned utilities. And since SCE delivers our power, that does get, that discount does get delivered to all of our customers too.
Does that discount that you get, is that broken, do you know, since it is somebody else doing it, do you know whether it's broken down based on the type of power, whether you're 100% or whatever level you are getting there?
No, my belief is based on your total bill throughout the year. So they take how much you've paid throughout the year and rebate you a percentage of that. But I do not know the particulars of that program.
Yeah, so you
To
may
be,
or may
yeah,
not
you would
be.
need the SCE representative here
Yeah.
to answer that,
All right,
but to better answer that. Yeah.
all right. Does anybody else have any questions? Do we have anybody online? No, Amy? No? No, okay,
Oh.
that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Okay, let's move on to neighborhood chair reports. Neighborhood chairs may individually report on items of interest or concern to their neighborhoods. The INCO cannot enter into detailed discussion or take action on any item presented during these reports. Does anybody have any reports?
Lemonwood is expecting to have a neighborhood meeting the fourth Thursday of next month. We're going to be having a speaker talking about ICE and ICE intervention and what people can do to respond should ICE come knock on their doors. Again, everybody in the city is invited to the meeting. It's going to be the fourth Thursday in April at Lemonwood School, starting at 6:30. For those who are interested. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey there, Sandy Diaz from Rio Lindo. So we did have our meeting last month, March the 20th, and a big thank you to Aaron Starr, our council person for the area, who came and spoke. We also had code compliance, Andrew Dixon, and I thank him for coming. He got lots of questions, especially about fireworks, which, you know, basically he doesn't have anything to do with. And just an update on the speed humps and speed bumps by one of our neighbors, Mario Riley, and from the traffic, Miguel Gillian and Jose Rivera also spoke on some of the things that are being done. And just having that morning on, and I'm not if you're not familiar with St. Mary's Drive, we had the that morning of our meeting, we had the double lines painted along that street. So we're hoping it will slow down traffic and people don't try to pass each other, you know, the early morning hours. So I'm glad to see that. So our next meeting will be June the 5th, and we're having elections. So, and I hope to get Jerry, I think it's Jerry Garcia back. He was from the emergency preparedness team, and unfortunately we rushed him. He only had like 5 minutes because it was already getting late. And then on June the 7th, Rio Lindo does have their bulky, big bulky drop-off day. So looking forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy.
Hi. Good evening, Ronald Arwejo, East Village neighborhood. Last month, we had the UWC Director, Lynn Mohart, a Parks representative, and also our bulky items cleanup, which was a great success with all of our elected council there to volunteer their time during that day. Next month, the Mayor Pro Tem will be there to speak on behalf of the city, and then we'll be talking about emergency preparedness. We're very lucky that this year we've been having north of 30 participants and attendees coming to our meetings, and we're hopeful to continue that throughout this year. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ron. Is there anybody else? Anybody up here? Doug? No? Do you have anything for your reports? Yes. Chris, go ahead.
Just want to announce that Blackstock South and North will be having a neighborhood bulky cleanup on the 12th of April. That's going to be over in Johnson Drive, right near the Jehovah Witness area behind the DMV. Please enter through the Jehovah Witness road onto Johnson Drive, and that way you can exit off onto Saviors. Smoke detectors, free smoke detectors are still available through the fire department. So, they will give and install one for every room in your home. So it's free, and it'll last, depending on what battery it is, it could be 10 to 20 years. That's all I have.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, Lisa?
Oxnard Dunes will have their bulky dump April 26th from 8 to 2, and it's going to be at the Oxnard Beach Park, Halakohi Park.
Thank you. Is there anybody else? No? Okay, so let's move on to item G, Executive Board Reports. Do you guys have anything? You want to come back, right? You mentioned that.
Well, sorry, I was they just went through the neighborhoods and they did gas well testing, monitoring. That report has not come out yet. And last I checked, they've asked for an extension on the report.
Okay.
So eventually that should be without probably maybe next month, hopefully.
And you'll want to do an update at that
Yeah,
point?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Chris? Lisa? Okay, the only report that I have is we've been working with approximately 4 people from Windsor North, and they're getting their neighborhood ready to set up their first meeting in a long time. They're shooting for May 8th, but it may be postponed if we can't get our speakers. But they will have a meeting in May. So hopefully they'll have a quorum, and we'll have another neighborhood on the list. And we are working on other neighborhoods as well, but this one's getting closer to fulfilling the duties. And that's it for me. And with that, you guys don't have anything else? Okay, so future agenda items for INCO general membership. Does anybody have any recommendations for future agenda items? I know that we already have a lot on our list, but if we have new ones, something that you guys want to share? No? Okay. So with that, do I hear any objections to adjourning this meeting?
So moved.
Having heard none, this meeting is adjourned. Wait, just Richard, yeah, he's been replaced already? Okay, good.
But I don't know.
Oh,
And that person's
oh, well, now that they have a new person, did they actually tell Samantha that there's a new person?